All right, gonna do a little update on the garage build. It's been, I don't know, a couple months since I did the last one, and made some progress. Recently got my dad's tractor over here and started doing a few things. Main thing is ripping the deck out. That's kind of today's project. This tractor has turned out to be perfect for this because you just reach in there and rip it apart. I mean, some boards are pretty tough, but most of them come apart pretty easy, and trying to do this, or trying to do it with a crowbar, would have been weekends worth of work, and it is just so much easier having mechanical power. Pull these posts out. There's probably 20 posts in concrete. I was holding it up. Yeah, just lift them up out of the ground with that, no problem. We got Aiden over there. He's dragging all the boards back to the burn pile. It seemed like there's quite more than more than what you would think in a deck like this, between all the boards holding it up underneath and top boards and railings, and it's just a ton of it. And we've been out here all morning ripping it apart and kind of got a little process going of him dragging stuff. It's pretty much going as planned so far. For instance, I was planning on cutting this, leaving a piece of the deck there. That pretty much worked out like I had in mind. I kind of cut it where that board going this way will be, so that I have something to tie back into. I'm not exactly sure how I'm gonna do that yet. The garage is gonna be about right here. There'll probably be about 3 feet of new deck that needs put in. I'm hoping they can get the footers in here with that much space, about 3 foot from that edge, and it'll probably start about right there, run that way. So anyway, that's kind of going as planned. I was hoping to cut that out and be able to tie back in. I'm not sure if I'll rip some of these boards out and put new boards all the way across, or try to just straighten that edge up and then put a new board across here and just have 3 foot boards going that way. I'm not quite sure, but that's way down the road. That's probably next year's project. You can see ripping all this out. The only thing that's so far that's happened that wasn't the way I envisioned it or what I had in mind is this concrete slab, which goes all over there, has a heck of a lot of dirt missing from underneath of it. I don't know how well you can see it. Probably a 6-inch gap under there. I'm not sure if animals have, I know there's been a groundhog living under this deck. I've just recently bought a trap for it. It should be here today. I'm gonna try to catch it, but this is much older than the past week. I actually had a raccoon living under it. Got it a couple weeks ago and shot it, but then a groundhog moved in. But I don't know if something has dug that out over the years, or the ground settled that much. You know, the concrete's always been a little bit, and but not that bad. There's not a 6-inch. There's probably a couple inch drop here and there as it goes. But anyway, that was unexpected. I'm not quite sure what I can do about that. Probably not much. I'm thinking if we pump a bunch of concrete under there while we're pouring this new pad that's going to go here, at least hold this edge up. But how far out down through there it goes, I don't know. Nothing I can do about the other end other than dig it all out and pour all new patio, which could, who knows, that could be on the list before it's over with. So I started messing with a couple things on the tractor. One is I need to scrape off all this topsoil, this top layer, because I don't want to pour concrete right on top of grass, as you can imagine. So I'm trying to scrape off a couple inches the best I can. I've just started this little spot right here. The tractor is not the ideal tool for something like that. You don't have a whole lot of control, and you can't really see what you're doing. From the seat, you're just kind of going by feel and kind of guessing. So it ends up just digging holes, and it's a little rough. But at the end of the day, it kind of doesn't matter, because this is just going to get a bunch of river rock poured in on top of it, compacted down. So it doesn't have to be perfect. It's not like this is the final grade for grass work or something. One thing I've noticed is there's a pile of roots in here. I think it's from those trees there, but they go a long ways, and I've scraped a few of them off. I'll try to get as many out of there as I can, but I'm just assuming that's not going to hurt anything down the road as they rot away. Hopefully it's just, they're small enough they're not going to cause any problems, kind of like I'm seeing with that patio over there. Started digging a trench here just to kind of get a feel for it. Found the sewer line there, dug it by hand and located it. Sorry, not a sewer line, a drain line. Never have found my sewer line. I'm hoping I don't hit it at some point. But there's 2 in there. One's covered in water. But I started digging out with the tractor here just to try it out. Again, this is where my power line's going to run around the front yard there. And I started doing some measuring because I got a lot of dirt to get out of here. I think, you know, basically the floor of the garage is gonna be about level with that patio. So there's plenty of high spots. You know, I'm gonna cut that road down a good bit, a couple feet in some places. Over here is gonna be a low spot where we'll have to bring in fill, basically that river rock. This back corner over here is gonna have a couple feet of fill. Over there, I'm probably shaving down a couple inches. It's just, it varies from place to place of whether it needs fill or it needs some cut out of there. And that's gonna be probably next on the list, is starting to cut that grade down from the road and over here where it's probably a foot too high. And I'm just not quite sure how that's gonna go with the tractor. Again, it's not the most ideal tool for it, but even if it takes a little longer than getting a dozer, it'd probably be worth it. But we'll just have to see how that goes. It may be more than the tractor can handle. It may do it just fine. I don't know until I get into it, but first gotta get this deck out of here and get it burned up, and you know, should be done with that here in the next week or so. And then we'll start cutting some grade down, and also need to dry up a little bit. It's been really wet here the past week or so, which isn't too big of a deal for this deck work, but to mess with the grade, it's not really the best situation ever. So anyway, that's about it for now. As soon as I get a little bit further, I'll do another video on it.